Hey, we're Mulberry Lane. I'm Rachel.
I'm Bo.
And I'm Allie Cat. And join us as we get a taste of Omaha.
See the area's best entertainment, bands, and musicians.
And discover Omaha's ethnic diversity and food treasures. And we're off. You're coming with us to see and taste the best of Omaha. Bienvenue. You're about to meet Cedric, the head chef and owner of Voltaire and Le Petit Paris. Yes, and you're going to get some French cuisine and some awesome pastries and croissants to look at. And Cedric, hey, how are you doing?
Good, and you? Thank you.
Good. And what are we going to be making today?
We're going to make a chicken salad that we serve at Le Petit Paris Bakery in Papillon. And it's chicken based with some cranberry, walnuts, and served on a freshly baked croissant.
Okay, sounds yummy. So what do we do first?
All right, well, I got all my preparation here. We got, everything is going to be a mayonnaise-based recipe with some cranberry, walnut, dry tarragon, pepper, salt, and lemon.
Okay, now how is the French mayonnaise different than American
Well,
mayonnaise?
I'm using American mayonnaise, but you could definitely, because we sell so much of it, it's easier to have an industrial. But the French one is definitely very flavorful as well. So, but it's take a little bit longer process to do. So that's why we decided to do that.
All right. So what happens first?
So we got we poach our chicken. I think poaching in a liquid is definitely a great way to cook ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and dice our chicken.
Okay.
Okay, I want to see a professional dicer here.
That is definitely an important thing about the cutting. Is important. That's what we do in at Metro, where I'm teaching as a part-time instructor.
Okay, so we can actually take cooking classes from you?
Well, yeah, you got to register completely at Metro College, so it might not be the easiest pastime, but yes, I'm teaching part-time over there at the culinary school. Okay. So we're dicing our chicken. As I say, has been baked in water, poached in water with salt. And from there, we're going to be adding our mayonnaise.
Okay. That's awesome that we have an official French chef here in Omaha that teaches, right?
Absolutely.
So
definitely authentic.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I mean this is a recipe that can cross the borders. You will find this in France as well as the U.S. So it's a recipe that everybody can like. So we do have our cranberry. We got a walnut. Walnut, I like to smash them a little bit, just to not to be too big.
Smashing, does that actually bring out more flavor?
No, it's easier to a smaller bite. Let's a smaller bite. So our tarragon, a little salt. We use kosher salt, pepper, and usually those salads are better the day after, when all the marinates and definitely have a better taste. So we're gonna take some lemon, squeeze some lemon in there. I like to use the lemon squeeze, and I put only one of the two mayonnaise because we'll see how it goes, and we can always add more if we need to.
I always say that in the kitchen. Can always add more.
You can always add more, exactly. So go easy on the salt, go easy on everything, and you can really work your recipe.
That's right.
And especially if you do leave it in your refrigerator overnight, all the moisture will be soaked by the protein again, so it will be drier in the morning.
Okay.
So it's always good
You don't have to worry about it getting soggy then.
No, exactly. So you see right here I have and you can really, if you like a little bit more sweetness, just add more of this tarragon. I love tarragon. It's definitely a typical herb that we use a lot in France.
Now, what area in France are you from?
I'm from the suburb of Paris, on the west side of Paris.
Okay.
I was from Versailles, the area of Versailles.
Yes.
Now, French cooking seems very intimidating. So this
actually is a pretty simple recipe. So
Well, that's why it's not really French. It's really a crossover that you can use on any case. But there are really a lot of recipes. French recipes are very easy, and that's the problem. Is in the 80s they did a small amount of food, very expensive, and they gave a bad rep for the French food, which is not at all what it is. So we do a lot of comfort
changing
food.
that perception here.
I'm trying to. It's been 15 years. I've been open here in Omaha, and we're still working on it
Well, that's
and
good
try
to
to do
know.
an education.
Now,
so.
things like consomme or béarnaise sauce, are those really difficult
It's
to
not
do
easy.
right?
It's
Okay.
not easy. Yeah, definitely. It's not. The French technique is you got to learn it. You got to
Okay.
learn it. You cannot just
need a
come
teacher.
up. You need a teacher.
Cookbook isn't going to cut it.
Well, the cookbook, as I say, I always say to my student, a cookbook is a guideline.
Okay.
There's difference between cooking for savory than cooking for pastry. On a pastry, if you add 50 grams of salt or sugar extra on the recipe, that's going to screw it up completely.
Right.
On the cooking, it's a little bit different. You can really just play and have fun. But so very different from savory.
Remember that.
Yeah, it's a lot less. That's going to forgive you a lot more on the savory side than it will do on the sweet side. So.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have these perfect
So yeah,
croissants.
so now we have this croissant that are baked and made freshly every day.
How do you get them so perfectly browned and golden and crisp?
Well, the idea of a croissant, we use 100% butter. So
Okay.
it's layers of butter, layers of dough.
Now
and
you're
you
talking.
keep yes, and we're layering them out. So now at the end, there's like 700 different layers.
How many?
700. So what it
Wow.
does is, and you can see it here, is on the different layers. There's so many of them. So we're just going to open our. Oh, you can go for it.
Open it up.
Here we go.
Oh,
But really, the flakiness, that's what we're looking for. And, at the end, what we look pretty much, you got a taste for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
that's like perfect shape. And this is what the inside of a croissant is supposed to look like.
Yes, yes. Flakiness.
Not
After
the
that, just.
Poppin' fresh ones. Look a little different.
They do.
And you can really add some lettuce, tomatoes, whatever you want.
Okay.
It's definitely not the fact there's a lot of butters and mayonnaise. It's very tasty.
Sure.
You don't want to eat this every day. You don't want this to be your diet. But yeah,
This is a treat.
This is a treat, yes. But this is so pretty much what we serve at in Papillion is very popular sandwich that we have.
So now, what do you serve? Do you serve soup with that,
Soup
or
or salad, yes.
Soup or salad? Okay.
Yeah. So we got different sandwiches over there that we serve. We have a whole seating area. So
Great. And then right here next to Le Voltaire, do you have another French?
that's correct. We
That's
got
right.
Le Petit Paris Bakery on 156 right here on Dodge.
Okay.
That's where all the production is done with the croissant and the bread.
Okay, so can you get this at 156
Yes,
in Dodge
absolutely.
as
In
well?
both locations.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, great.
Okay. Well, thank you for teaching us some secrets of French cooking.
My pleasure.
Okay, so when can we dive in and eat this?
Oh, you can now. No problem.
Is this a finger food?
It is. It is.
It is right now.
It is.
I don't think we care about that right now. I just want to eat this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow,
Butter.
Butter, huh?
Butter.
Butter makes a difference.
this is good stuff.
Well, you can go wrong with this.
I love you right now.
We serve this with a salad. It's perfect. That's makes a little balance. You feel less guilty. Let's say.
So many different flavors. It's kind of the savory and the sweet in this.
Yeah, exactly. And,
And I
that's-
can taste all 700 layers.
You'll feel them tonight.
I don't know if you can taste a layer.
But yeah, you can add some onions if you want, or some shallots.
This doesn't need anything else.
I think I'll be taking a few more trips to Papillion and 156 in Dodge.
Definitely worth it. Well, here we are in the kitchen of Le Petit Paris, and we've got some special guys here. These are the guys that make all the fresh pastries and breads. This is Joe and Jason. They're hard at work, putting their back into it. And arms.
Yeah.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here for almost 2 years. I just moved here from Iowa, and this is my first job in Omaha. And I've been wanting to be a baker since I was young, and I really like being here.
Awesome. So everything came together here.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jason, how long have you been here?
About 7 months.
Okay. All right. And Cedric, of course, is the man in charge here.
Yeah.
And if you're going to get a look at the beautiful pastries in a few minutes, but right now, talk about what's your most popular item here.
Well, right now they're preparing, for example, some hamburger buns that we do for
Okay.
The barbecue season is coming along, so we're going to sell quite a bit. And for the school as well, we are producing some bread, hamburger bun for the school. We do our baguette.
So the schools get hamburger buns from here. That's pretty cool.
Yes, exactly, definitely. And we got our baguette, or definitely our staple item in a French bakery with our croissant.
Okay.
Croissants are in the front. And we do as well a lot of pastries, our own pastries.
And I saw some macaroons out there.
Macaroons as well, yes.
Okay, now how difficult are those to prepare?
Well, macaroons are not easy to do, especially in Nebraska where the weather is temperament.
Okay, so humidity is an issue.
Humidity is a big
Okay.
deal.
So do some days they turn out better than others?
They do. That's why it's
I'm
definitely.
glad that just doesn't happen to me.
No, it's definitely a tough one to do. So we decided to outsource this one.
Okay.
So it's made. The one we're getting are made in New York from the best of the
Okay.
best. And I'd rather have something on a consistent
Right.
quality than just have it a hit and miss all the time. So.
Now, we learned before that the croissants have 700 layers.
Yes, when we stack them up, and we have a machine over there who's the magical machine is
Okay.
called a sheeter, and that's what's going to help us fold, not by hand, but the machine will do it for us.
That's
So
amazing.
we have a lot of layers at the end that makes all this crackling, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, now I noticed you have several different flavors of the croissants. The
Yes.
almond
Yeah,
and some with
almonds,
chocolate.
apricot, yeah, strawberry, and we do different ones depending on the season.
Okay.
And but our most popular one is chocolate, the plain croissant, almond, apricots. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot of. There's a lot of choices.
Okay, and then you also serve coffee and some drinks
We
as
got
well,
coffee.
both here in the
yes,
pavilion location.
exactly. We don't have a seating area here at the West Store, but we do have a whole seating area in Pavilion.
Okay.
So a bigger menu, a bigger lunch menu, and breakfast menu at the Pavilion location.
But everything
here.
is prepared here.
That's correct.
And
yeah,
then how does
everything.
it get to Pavilion?
We just take it every day over there,
Okay.
and we bake it over there. So
Okay.
it's proofed over there, and we bake everything over there.
Okay, and then now you came from France, so we
Mm-hmm.
have to know what is it that brought you to Omaha?
A lady.
Always,
woman.
always the girls.
Always
right?
the girls, exactly. I met my wife Desiree in '94 at UNO,
Okay.
and that's how it happened. And moved.
And where
back.
did you get your training?
Oh, I got some training in France, but I'm also a graduate from Metro College here.
Okay.
I got my diploma from the.
And
current
you're also
school.
teaching there
And
now.
I'm teaching over there now. Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Now I notice there's a baker in your kitchen that has a T-shirt that says "Forget the whole thing, try a croissant." So this is a great alternative to donuts, which
That's
are
exactly
probably
right.
very popular in Nebraska. And
That's very true, and it was funny when we start to the business. There was a lot of people asking, "Do you have any donut? Any donuts?" And like, no, we don't have donut, but it's a different business. It's just different, yeah. So that's why we're trying to push people.
It's an awesome option because when you are supposed to bring like treats to work or whatever, you always kind of think of like Krispy Kreme or donuts, but why not be?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The
Yeah.
croissants.
Yeah, croissant is there a great alternative.
And donuts don't have 700 layers.
No, they have one layer, and it's a lot fattier than
might-
than a croissant.
They might give you 700 layers.
Definitely. Very true.
Cedric, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. My pleasure.
Hi, my name's Poppin Penelope. I'm a balloon artist, a magician, face painter, airbrush tattoos, and stilt walker. I got into this business about 13 years ago when I found out that I just loved making balloons. I picked up my first balloon kit, and instead of making just the average regular dog, sword, hat, I really challenged myself onto what else I can make, and how the balloons, you're only limited by your imagination when you have balloons. I do something a little bit different than most balloon artists. Rather than have a list of things that I can make, I have the kids challenge me on things they think I can't make. So instead of them reading and saying, well, I'll have number 3 on the menu, they say, oh, I bet you can't make a turtle, or I bet you can't make a fish. And then when I do, they're that much more impressed. Well, at the Taste of Omaha, it's really fun because I have the kids stage there. And so I get up there and I spend as much time as I can. I invite the children to come on stage with me, which is something a little different than most performers. I play lots of fun music, we sing, we dance, and we make balloons. I sometimes teach the kids how to make their own balloon dogs, and then I encourage them to get giant crazy hats, and then anything that they think maybe I can't make, or that they'd really like. So if a child has a favorite something, my favorite thing to do there is when a kid says, surprise me, and then I'll make them something that they would never think of asking for by themselves.
Rachel and Allie with Mulberry Lane for Taste of Omaha, and you guys are about to meet 2 of the members of the premier party band here in Omaha. These are the Spurgeon brothers, Stan and Steve, and they are part of what band, Allie? The Confidentials. Woo! Okay, guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Hi.
Glad to have you here. Now, you guys have been playing at Taste of Omaha basically since its inception. So talk a little bit about what's so unique about Taste of Omaha.
You've got the best of everything there. You know, you got great bands, you've got great food, and good times. You know, the kids love it. It's a good time, good community time, and just a great time to come out. We love playing there.
Now, and Steve, what's your favorite part about playing the Taste?
The food. No, it's a great family time. You know, my kids come out too. So it's one of the few times that anybody and everybody can come out and see the band. So
now you guys are unique in that you play cover tunes and you also do a lot of original songs as well, which many people have come to know and love your original songs. So how do the 2 of you go about your writing process together?
You know, we've had the band for a long time, so a lot of people have co-written songs with us, and it takes a band sometime to put together songs, and so everyone has to have a little bit to it, and so it's, you know, the genesis starts off with the individual. Individual brings in what he has, and it kind of comes together.
And now you've got a song that you have recently written. So talk a little bit about that and what inspired the song.
Well, I wrote a song called Wake Up in the USA, and 9/11 actually inspired that song. But it seems every year it seems to be more relevant, and we just need to wake up and realize what a blessing it is to be an American, and the rights and the privileges that we have. People in other countries around the world don't enjoy that. So it gives us the opportunity to be whatever we want to be. I think we've come to a point in our country where we've kind of taken that for granted, and we just need to wake up and realize that again.
Okay, now you guys have accomplished so much, and you are kind of the ideal for the bands around here. So what would you say has contributed to your success?
I would say that we've changed. I mean, you think about it. We started out in the mid 85, 86, and the music has changed. You look at a Confidential set list, and back then and to one now, it's totally completely different. When you look, I look at the band through there's different stages of the band, and we've grown we've grown as musicians and singers and performers, but just that to be able to adapt. This band can adapt. We're able to change right on the dime, right? We can react to our crowd, and that's a blessing and a curse. But we're good at giving what you want, when you want it. And
well, reading a crowd is not something that your average person can do very well, and that takes a lot of time, I think, to be able to have that skill.
We've been playing a long time, and we have a great audience too. A lot of people have been seeing us for years, so they know us and they come back and see us over and over again.
Okay, Steve, now when you guys run into creative differences, are you able to separate brothers from the band? Be honest.
Well, absolutely. I mean, he writes, I write. We haven't done a lot of original stuff as a band in a while. So I'm just hoping that the future can bring some of that back.
I want to know, as brothers up on stage together, do you find yourself, communicating with just a glance? Maybe if something's going wrong, you know what to do because, yeah.
Yeah, the glances you go, and then that's a wrong note, or those glances.
Not only glances, I know where he is on the stage. I just kind of feel his presence. Oh yeah.
Do you ever get the hairy eyeball when you hit that wrong note?
I hit more wrong notes than him, so.
I try not to give the eyeball anymore. People see that. You're on stage, it's like, oh, wait a minute. I just did that in front of 500 people. Be like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Oh, you're a liar, because I can see it. So.
Now, do you have a favorite gig, an all-time favorite performance?
I take my favorite one. The opening of the Quest Center with Grand Funk Railroad. That is my all-time favorite gig.
Music Box, 1999 to going into 2000.
And why was that performance special?
We had one. The band was great at the time. Music Box, that was kind of the pinnacle of the Music Box, and it was packed, and it was a great time.
You remember that one? Those are cool.
Okay, so now we want to ask you guys about your song Going to a Party and how that came to be, and tell us about that.
Going to a Party is the first original song the Confidentials recorded back in, 30 years ago. But Going to a Party, I wrote that song, and really, that song is about, I don't know what your beliefs are. That song is about the wedding supper of the Lamb, if you know anything about the Bible. It's a party that everybody goes to. Everybody's welcome. You don't have to worry about your kids. They do their thing, and it's always day. So if you listen to that song, it's really a song about heaven.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
I did not know that either. We'll have to listen to that again, thinking of that. That's awesome. Now, several years ago, you guys were named by Modern Bride magazine as one of the 150 top wedding bands in the country.
That's true. And we've climbed that ladder a little bit.
I imagine so.
My hope for the Confidentials is that what we do, I love doing the weddings. I love seeing, being a part of families coming together and that celebration. I mean, even after all these years, I will see people who don't remember much about their wedding, but they remember the party and the good time they had with the Confidentials. And so, like I tell Stan, there's people getting married in every state in the country. So I'm hoping the future holds the Confidentials traveling around the country doing private parties and weddings.
Well, there's no better party band for sure. So we want to thank you guys for joining us. And guys, you get to watch more Confidentials.
You
Hey, it's Rachel
And Allie.
with Mulberry Lane for Taste of Omaha. Thanks for taking this very tasty journey with us.
Where you got introduced to Omaha's best restaurants, cultural diversity, and entertainment.
And make sure you join us next time.
Yeah.